The Mermaid Ripple is a two-sided pattern created by repeating 4 pattern rows. The illusion of undulating waves is created by maintaining a steady 3-color sequence and changing the colors every 2 rows. Choose 2 solid colors for consistency, then for the 3rd color, choose either a coordinating variegated yarn for quick splashes of color or a self-striping yarn that changes every few yards to capture the depth of the rolling sea. Either way, your seascape will be dramatic. The companion pattern is available by following the link in the description below. The foundation row is used instead of pattern row 1 to start the stitch pattern. While they both use the exact same stitch sequence, the foundation row is worked along the foundation chain instead of an established row of crochet. This means the start and end of the foundation row is just a little different. We will first cover the foundation row, then jump over to pattern row 1 just so that you can see the differences. Then we will continue with pattern rows 2, 3, and 4. And I form my slip knot, put it on my hook, and I'm going to chain 114. This is our foundation chain. And the repeat is on a multiple of 14 plus 2. Okay, so if you want to make it bigger, you can make it bigger. If you want to make it smaller, you can make it smaller. So what we're going to do is we're going to roll the chain over, and on this side, we're going to skip that first chain, and in the second chain from the hook, under the 3rd loop on the back, we're going to work a single crochet. And in the next stitch, we're going to work a single crochet. So we have our first 2 single crochets. In the next stitch, we're going to do a half double crochet. And a half double crochet is worked by yarning over the hook, just like you're going to do a double crochet, but inserting the hook, pulling up a loop. Now you have 3 loops on the hook, just like a double crochet, but yarn over and pull through all 3. So now we're going to do another half double crochet. Insert the hook, pull up a loop, 3 loops on hook, yarn over and pull through 3. Now we're going to do 2 double crochets. Yarn over, insert the hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And then a second one in the next stitch. Pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Now we're going to go to a treble crochet. And we've done 2 single crochets, 2 half double crochets, and 2 double crochets. Now we're going to work a treble. A treble is worked by yarning over the hook twice, so that you have 3 loops on the hook when you begin, hence treble. Insert the hook, pull up 1 loop, that makes 4 loops on hook. But now we're going to do our yarn overs and pull throughs. Yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, 3 times. So we're going to yarn over twice again, go into the next stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over, pull through 2. Then we're going to do it a 3rd time. 1, 2. Go into the next stitch, pull up a loop, 4 loops on hook, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. The single crochet is this high, the half double is this high. It keeps getting bigger. That's the double, and here's 3 trebles. Now we're going to start coming back down because we want that undulating shape. Okay, yarn over. We're doing double crochets, but we're only doing 2 double crochets. Pull through 2, pull through 2. Now we're going to yarn over, go into the next stitch. So there's 1 stitch per each chain, but they change each time. Pull through 2, pull through 2, that's a double crochet, yarn over, insert, pull up a loop, Now we're doing a half double crochet, so it's starting just like a double crochet, but we're going to yarn over and pull through all three all at once. Yarn over, pull up a loop, 3 loops on hook, yarn over, pull through 3. Now this marker is just telling me that that's my 50 stitches along 50 chains. I mark every 50, so I'm just taking that out of the way. Once we've finished our half double crochets, we're going to work 1 single crochet in each of the next 2 stitches also. Now that ends our repeat, but the repeat actually starts with 1 single crochet. So once we go back to our pattern, we're going to work 1 more. So actually you have 3 single crochets in a row at the bottom of the dip, and we have 3 treble crochets at the widest part. Let's do another repeat. So now we started the repeat already, because technically the repeat starts with that first single crochet. In the next stitch, we're going to work 1 half double crochet. In the next one, another half double crochet. In the next one, a double crochet. In the next one, a double crochet. Then in each of the next 3, we're going to work a treble crochet. Got to make sure I get in that back loop. It turned over on me. Back to double crochets, 2 double crochets. And it's a really easy pattern if you understand how your stitches are lined up. You just have to get into it a little bit. Now a half double crochet, because the double crochets we only do 2 of, the half doubles we only do 2 of. And then we end with 2 single crochets. 1, 2. That ends our repeat, but we start the next repeat with 1 single crochet, so we actually have 3 single crochets in a row. We're getting right to the end. I've just finished 1 half double crochet. I'm going to place the next half double crochet, and I have 2 more to go, which are my 2 single crochets, because the repeat ends with 2 single crochets. This is how you do pattern row 1 when you have a base, when the base rows are already in place. And the difference is that every 2 rows you change color. So you're going to leave yourself about a 4-inch yarn tail. You're going to insert your hook under both loops of the very first stitch, pull up a loop, and then chain 1 and bring that end all the way through the yarn tail. We'll weave that in later. And in the very same stitch under both loops, we're going to insert our hook and work a single crochet. That just starts you off on the pattern. The repeat is from this point forward. So let's look at what we have. So we have 2 single crochets, 2 half double crochets, 2 double crochets, 1, 2, 3 triple crochets, 1, 2 double crochets, 1, 2 half double crochets, and 1, 2, 3 single crochets. We're going to just keep going. It just ends with 2 at the other end. Now we're going to chain 1 and turn our work. Now this is a big piece, so I'm turning it rather quickly. Now, insert your hook in the very first single crochet under both loops on the top and work a single crochet. And you're going to work one single crochet under both loops of each stitch along this edge. And what this does is it stabilizes our undulation and then sets you up so that you're ready to start the next row. I'll meet you when we get to the end because we have quite an interesting beginning on the next row. Before you get to the other side, make sure you weave this end in. If you don't bury it, you will have a nightmare when you're all finished. If there's any of these little tags left after the washing, that's when I trim them off. So now we're getting to the end of the second row, and I'm going to get in each one of these stitches all the way to the end, and when I get to the end, I'm going to place the last single crochet not in that space, but right into that knotted little end. Work the single crochet. This is where I change colors because I'm only doing 2 colors of each of the pattern. Here's my Jade, here's my light Periwinkle, and here's my self-striping yarn. You're going to cut your yarn, leaving yourself a little bit of a yarn tail, and pull that through. Now you're going to turn because you will start with the wrong side of the last row facing you. I'm going to weave that end in. This is pattern row 3. Now, because they're alternating skinny parts with fat parts, skinny parts with fat parts, skinny parts with fat parts, we have to do the fat part right on the edge, like this one here, which is 4 rows below. Okay, so we're going to pull up a loop, just like we did before. Now this one I'm going to leave a little bit longer yarn tail because I'm going to chain my first 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4, using both the feeder yarn and the yarn tail. When I get to that 4th chain at the top, I'm just going to pull it through, and that I will go back in and weave that end in also. A chain 4 represents the same height as a treble crochet, so we need to work a treble crochet in the next stitch. So we're doing a treble, and that starts this treble starts the repeat. Okay, so now yarn over and we're doing doubles. 2 doubles. Does it sound familiar now? And then we're going to do a second double crochet. Then we're going to do a half double crochet in each of the next 2. And then in the next stitch we're going to work a single crochet. 1, 2, and 3. Now, you always want to look 2 rows below to make sure that your single crochets are directly above your triple or treble crochets. And they are. So you know you're in pattern and you are perfectly okay to continue. So then we're going back in half double crochet in the next 2. 1, 2, then into double crochet in the next 2. 1, 2, and then we're back into treble crochet. Double wrap, pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2, double wrap, insert, pull up a loop, pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2, and one more because it's 3. Pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2. Now let's look at those trebles. 1, 2, 3, and they are directly over the 3 single crochets 2 rows below. You have this row of single crochets and then you have the 3 single crochets. That's perfect. That's exactly what we wanted to see. And if you look further down, they're directly over the trebles from 4 rows below. Okay, so we're just going to continue across this row just as before, and when we get to the end, I'll show you how to end it. We are quickly approaching the end of pattern row 3. So we're at a double crochet, another double crochet in the next stitch, and that leaves us 2 stitches remaining, and it's time to do treble crochet. So we're going to work 1 treble in the second to the last stitch. We're going to do our double wrap, and instead of going into the last stitch, we're going to go into that little knot-like stitch at the very end, pull up a loop, and complete a treble crochet. And so we are ending at the widest part, and that alternates with the narrows. And here's a wide, here's a narrow, here's a wide. Let's continue. Chain 1 and turn. In every single stitch after you do your chain 1, you're going to work 1 single crochet under the upper loops of each stitch along this row. And when we get to the end, we're just going to end off just like before and continue with our next color. Since the Mermaid Ripple is a 4-row undulating stitch pattern and 3 colors are rotating every 2 rows, a very unique illusion is created. Even when a color repeats, the narrow and wide stitches alternate. I hope you enjoyed this unusual stitch pattern. Please take a moment to subscribe and ring the bell to receive notifications of upcoming videos and events. Happy crocheting!